black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in drippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, drippin' heat. Tigers stripe the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who day? Time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Who day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle drippin'. Nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feastin' now. Fit the pounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in drippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange on 'em, bingo bottle, never stop it till the beast and know who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in drippin' orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move on? Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trentable, and that camera's working today. That's awesome because I don't like looking at this one because my face. Anyway, people on the podcast have no clue what I'm talking about, but that's all right. Welcome to the show, guys. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm up to 1,347 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And as you know, I'm coming to you from the west side of Cincinnati with a west side point of view. And as always, and it's the home of LFG, who hooked me up with this cool Jackpot Joey shirt. Every shirt I call Jackpot Joey. But anyway, if you guys want some cool t-shirts from LFG, check them out. They're on Twitter, Facebook, and I'm sure you can go to their website and check it out. They got great products there at LFG. All kinds of Cincinnati merch. It's great. Check them out. Now, the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys. Well, the Bengals, I kind of said this yesterday, take the 53-man roster with a grain of salt because it could change. Change a little more than I thought I was going to today. Now, I know this picture looks like mug shots, but this is what I was able to find on the internet. But the Bengals released Trent, Irwin, and Michael Thomas after they made two waiver claims today. And the waiver claims are Nick McLeod, a defensive end, or cornerback Nick McLeod, and defensive end Wyatt Ray. One's from Buffalo, one's from Tennessee. There's a chance that Irvin and or Thomas could ultimately return to the Bengals roster on the practice squad. The Bengals only have 5 wide receivers on their 53-man roster, and that's where I think this is kind of interesting because this is the graphic I put up yesterday. Now you got to mark out Michael Thomas and Trent Irvin. Now, they do have a guy on the practice squad that is a slot receiver, and for some reason his name slips my mind right now. Trent Taylor, there you go. Too many Trents. Is there a possibility that they slide him back up to the 53-man roster for another wide receiver slot guy? Does Michael Thomas and Trent Irwin come back? I don't know. There's a lot of things going on. I think this says a lot about Trayvon Williams and his hamstring issue. Probably sounds like he's probably not going to be ready for game 1. So I'm kind of wondering why they just put him on the IR, because right now the IR is only 3 weeks. Give him 3 weeks off, let him go heal up and get ready to go, which would suck because he hasn't played a single down for the Bengals yet. And he was one of our big free agent acquisitions last year. So I still think that the roster is done, but we will see what happens. Like I said, I don't think it's done yet. I think there's going to be a lot of different moving parts. And let's see here. Blackthorn says we're getting a wide receiver waivers. That's another option. I don't know. Rabbit says we have so many cornerbacks. Don't we? We do, but like I said, with the injury, we don't know how long he's going to be out. It's looking like it's going to take longer than we thought it would. I keep saying we. The Bengals thought it would, I guess, is my observation on the quarterback. Now, at the end, we need an edge. We need more edge rushers. So that doesn't surprise me. It does surprise me they cut both wide receivers, Thomas, because Thomas is a very good special teams player. And let's go back to the list here, because you see that's the reason Stanley Morgan is on the team, I think, mostly because of special teams. Could he play slot? Does this mean they trust him more? I don't know. Again, I am just speculating here. It's just going to be very interesting of how I do it. And I think they want to claim these guys. Once they claim them, they have to instantly make room on their roster. So somebody had to go. So those are the 2 guys I guess they thought they could hopefully sign back to the practice squad and maybe move back up. I mean, like I said, I'm happy. I said this earlier today. I tweeted, I'm happy that Thaddeus Moss is back on the practice squad. And a lot of people are like, why are Bengals fans so infatuated with Thaddeus Moss? And the biggest reason for me is because of what he did at LSU with Joe Burrow. And he is a very good pass catcher. He doesn't block. He's undersized. He doesn't block very well. And he's never played special teams. That was his detriment to not making the 53-man roster. Maybe he's on the practice squad and he can learn that more. He can't grow anymore. So that's going to always be a problem, but we'll see. All right, let's see. You guys are blowing the chat up. I love it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Morgan isn't good. I don't know why we kept him. Well, it's special teams. That's the only reason that, because you got to look at this way. Darren Simmons lost 2 of his best special teamers to Miami. 2 years ago or last year? I can't remember. You need to have good special teams. They have all pro special teamers, guys who make the all pro bowl team, I should say Pro Bowl team on special teams. So you need legit special teams. So if you don't have a lot of those guys, you keep them on. And that's the biggest reason that Morgan is on this team, that I think. I see here. Ritter Jackson the third. Trey Waynes hasn't touched the field. I know. That is very frustrating. I know it's frustrating for Trey Waynes. I'm sure he wants to play. But like I said, for these moves today, it doesn't look like he's going to be ready September 12th. I don't know for sure, but I think this is more of a backup plan just in case he isn't. There could be, this roster could be fluid. We'll see what happens. And Roy says they need another quarterback on the practice squad. I tweeted one out. Barkley, he got released. I don't know. Remember, he's the old USC quarterback, and he's bounced around. Maybe he's the guy they take a chance on. I don't know, but that's just that is just a thought by me. Trying to get to the chat. I hit one button and it just flies all over the place. Okay, there you go. Eaton Nelson. What's up? I'm a Morgan fan purely because I'm from Nebraska. Well, there you go. That works. Let's go. Jackpot Joy. What's up? Blackthorn. his papa played in the 80s. You talking about Morgan? Or Moss? If you're talking Moss played in the 90s, not the 80s, if you're talking about that. And we love Moss, man. Yep. Crown wants to know, what has he done in the NFL? I'm assuming you're talking about Thaddeus Moss, because I know you messaged me earlier today, and he's done absolutely nothing in the NFL because Washington, he was hurt the most of the time, actually the whole time. So I look this way. He's shown he can catch. That is shown as he can catch, and he runs very good routes. That's why Jackpot Joey Burrow likes him, for that aspect. But for this team, he would be the third tight end, and they need the tight end. The third tight end needs to be able to block spots, maybe play some special teams. And Thaddeus is not good. Well, can't play. He's never played special teams before, so he doesn't know exactly how to do it. And he's not a great blocker. He's just not. That's the reason he didn't make it. But the reason they kept him is so if one of these guys go down, you can bring him up, or if you find a game or find a way to put him in and legitimately use him. I mean, he could still be a weapon if used right, used correctly. So I'm not willing to give up on him. I'm glad he's on the practice squad. And what's the matter? He's on the practice squad. Well, he's still ours. They can do whatever they want with him, which is kind of sucks for him, but it's kind of good. Let's see here. Todd Moss has been playing tough in the preseason. I mean, he played better. The third preseason game, I think, was his best. He kind of got off to a rough start because he even told me that outside practice when he was walking in one day. I said, I was telling him, I said, hey, I got your back. I think you're going to make the team, which I was wrong. He didn't. And he just looked at me. He goes, I got to play better. And that was after the first game. So he knew he had to improve. He knows he still has to improve. So we'll see. Rabbit, I'm really excited for Hodge and Marshall fan. I really like them. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Hodge. I love guys that make the team, out of nowhere. And the Bengals have been really good at that. They've developed a lot of undrafted guys. I mean, point case is Vontaze Burfict. We all know how his story ended. If he could have ever got his head out of his butt, he could have been one of the best linebackers ever. But besides that, the Bengals have done a great job of getting undrafted guys and developing them into legit players. Does Hodge do that? I don't know. I hope so. That would be awesome. Now, this is the practice squad list. Joe Bacci, Teddy Brown, Drew. Now, see, Chris, I love that they kept Drew because I really do think I love Kevin Huber. Kevin Huber is a Bearcat. He's been a great punter for the Bearcats, but this kid has got a leg. He can punt. Now, he got injured at the beginning of training camp, and he never really put the shoulder pads on or anything until like the last week of practice. So I love that they got him on the practice squad. I think next year he could be our punter. We got Travion Henderson, Kadeem Jones, Thaddeus Moss, Jacquez Patrick, Winton Rose, Mason Schreck, Noah Spence, Keaton Sutherland, Trent Taylor, Puka Williams, and Trayvon Williams, and Renell Wren. Now, so listen, Trent Taylor is one I think maybe, because that's what I'm kind of, with the moves, I'm kind of concerned about the wide receiver depth now. We don't have anybody ready to play slot, and losing Michael Thomas it hurts more than just the wide receiver. It hurts the special teams. So that's where I would like to get them both back. And I feel bad for Irwin because he worked his butt off. I mean, he took how many big hits did he take in the preseason and got up and dusted off and kept playing. So I really hope he gets back with the Bengals and maybe ends up back on the practice squad, but practice squad, you still have a shot to get up to the regular season or regular roster. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Sorry. I'm very happy with them keeping Hodge. Yes, me too, Eden. All right, Arrow, what's up? I'm a huge Trey guy, and even I'm starting to get worried about it. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to at this point because the thing is, the hamstrings are always tricky, so you never know. And it's not the same hamstring. It's a different hamstring. It's a different leg. I don't know if that's good or bad. it's not good. He keeps getting hurt, and you just hope that it stops. But like I said, the good thing we got out of Sunday's game is we got out of there with little to no injury. I mean, Trey got hurt in practice. That had nothing to do with the game. So it's going to be interesting. I think Eli Apple is going to be taking this spot. We will see. Eaton, let's see here. Go get Jeff Driscoll, Ryan Finley again. Hello, kidding. Yeah, don't get them. But yeah, I do think they are going to get another quarterback. I said Barkley, I don't think would be a bad guy to have, to be honest. As your third string, I would take that. Excuse me. I don't know what that was. Blackthorn. Stanley Morgan. You're talking about Stanley Morgan. Really? I didn't know that. Stanley Morgan's dad was a Patriot in the 80s. Good information. I did not know that. All right, let's see. Ritter Jackson III. Moss is a reliable pass catcher. Do we remember Kelly? Yeah, who had tight end. The only thing he could do is block very well, but couldn't catch. Take Moss all day. Yeah, true, but you got to – if you're a third string tight end, my opinion, you have to be able to catch, but you have to be able to do all of it. If you're the third tight end, and he wasn't going to replace Uzama, he wasn't going to replace Sample. Training camp or mini camp when it started, I thought he might have a shot at the number one. I was overhyped. That was me looking at through my orange sunglasses too much. But Thad is a very good pass catcher, and he's just got to get better blocking. I think if he could have blocked better, I think he would have made the team. I really do. But that's his biggest problem. Let's see here. Richard, what about if they use Moss at H-back? They did. They did use him at H-back, and he can't block. That's the problem. They did use him there, and he can't block. So, I hate to say the same thing over and over again, but if he could block better, I think Thad would be on the team. And I really wish he was. I wish he could, because I like that. The Orange Arrow Fantasy Show, which you guys got to check that out. I think he's on tonight after me. Bengals don't employ a fullback often enough, as Drew, I believe, played QB in high school, saw some awesome things from him at the Ohio State University. Of course, Arrow's got to throw the Ohio State University out there because he's a Buckeye fan. Tommy, yeah, I like the McLeod. I like the two guys they picked up. Yeah, McLeod. I think he's gonna be a good pickup. I think they're good pickups. I'm just more worried about what's that mean for the wide receiver position now, because you only got 4. Or 5. You only got 5. So we'll see. Yeah, you're right. Yep, you are exactly right. Chris Evans can play in the slot project. Yeah, he might be able to, but they don't have him listed as that. Which is one of the theories going into the roster cuts that, will Chris Evans be listed as a wide receiver or a running back? Right now, they got listed as a running back. We'll see. Anthony Davis, guard. Jack Anderson would be perfect for the Bengals to play right guard. Yeah, you mean starting? Right now, I think it'd be really hard to get somebody off the street and plug and play with, a week and a half to go to start. But yeah, I'll take him as a backup. Then that's another one of my concerns is the depth in the offensive line, which it's just because we got rookies. That's it. They might, and I think all 3 of them are really good rookies. So it's just because the experience, they don't have the experience in the NFL. That's the concern with me with the offensive line. And I've said this before. I would not be surprised if we have 2 rookie guards starting by the end of the season in Jackson Carman and Deontay Smith. But we'll see. Should have kept Shermer. Let's see, Rabbit. I want Burrow to have a nice blocking tight end. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think you got to remember, Thaddeus is good, but we want to protect Joe. so we need guys who can block. If you can't block, it might not be a good thing to be on our team. Hopefully Thad will get better. Apple will be a huge upgrade for backup cornerback. Now, see, Eli Apple's never really panned out as far as where he got drafted at. So hopefully this year, maybe him getting back with Lou will help. But it was interesting. He barely even played Sunday. So, which the starters weren't going to play. So he's technically, I guess, a starter. That's why he didn't play. So that was just kind of interesting how that worked. Tommy, Moss has got to earn his stripes to be the third tight end. You need to be able to do the third tight end role like special team. Yeah, and that's the thing. Those are the things that kept him out. He isn't a very good blocker, and he's never played special teams. So if he had done either one of those, I think he'd be on the team. But we'll see. Jackpot Joey says Deontay would be starting by week 2. That's a possibility. That's a very good possibility. And the thing is, I think it's funny. Well, not funny, but interesting, because when they drafted Deontay Smith, I'd never heard of him before, and they played in the same conference that the Bearcats did, but I don't pay attention to East Carolina. But on the tape that I saw, I knew they're saying he was quick enough to play guard, but I was really expecting him to be a tackle, but he has excelled at guard. So that was the surprise of camp for me, is how much he excelled at guard and not so much at tackle. Not that he did bad at tackle. He can play both, but he really excelled at guard. So I agree with you there, Maddie, Jackpot Joey, that he could be our starting guard in like 2 weeks. Ryder. So is Kirk Cousins still in the COVID protocol? As far as I know, he is. I haven't seen anything or looked it up in a while, but we'll see. Which will be interesting, since week 1's coming up. I mean, he's going to play. I don't think that's going to be a thing. We got a week and a half. So COVID protocols 5 to 7 days, I think, and I'm just talking off the top of my head. So I don't think it's going to affect opening day for Cousins, but we'll see. Let's see here. Rabbit, wow, John Ross has a curse. What's the curse? Did he get cut? I don't know. I haven't seen anything on John Ross if he got cut, but yeah, I just want to get back to I keep bringing this up, the wide receivers, because I find this the most interesting thing, is because you got, like I said, Tyler Boyd's there still, Auden Tate's still there, Stanley Morgan, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. So we went from 6 wide receivers to 4. So I'm just very curious, because Trent Irwin is the backup for Boyd. Thomas, pretty much the backup to Auden Tate and T and Jamar. It's just, I don't know. I'm very curious what they're going to do with that position, because it's very thin now. So that's one that I think we have to keep an eye out for. And I would be surprised if Trent Irwin, Trent Taylor, if they move him back up, if they lose Irvin, because people can claim him, will they put Trent Taylor, or they move him back up, and does he make the final roster now because of this move? It's just a very interesting thing that we got going on here. It's a very interesting dynamic. Blackthorn, we should just cut our punter because we don't need him. McPherson can hit from 100 yards. Yeah. I don't think he can hit from 100 yards, dude. He can hit he might be able to hit from 70. I don't know. Richard, what's up? So is there any chance for the 4th running back? Wait, so is it any chance for the 4th running back would hate to lose him? The 4th running back? Let me see here. We got running backs here. You talk about, because they all, both Samardzija, or not Samardzija, but I get back here. Let's see here, because you see the running backs here, Jacques Patrick, and he made it there. Is he the only running back? I thought. I'm looking here. I don't see. Yeah, I guess he's the only running back that made it. So are you talking about losing him? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure. of the question, to be honest. Sorry. Let's see here. Ryder Jackson the third. What's up? Are y'all impressed with Samar J? He doesn't impress me, or maybe I'm overlooking something. Ryder Jackson, I'm kind of with you. I thought he did good last year, but he didn't. But it's kind of hard. I was talking with Anthony Kazenza yesterday. He didn't really get a whole lot of playing time, to be honest. I mean, he didn't have a whole lot of time to do a whole lot. So am I impressed with him? No. In this preseason, no, I was not impressed with him. And I said this before, is my opinion, if he didn't have that contract extension, there might be a chance that he might not have made the team. But I think he was already a lock with the contract extension. So you knew him and Mixon were 1 and 2. And Chris Evans, I thought was going to be a lock. I mean, I really thought it was going to be hard for anybody to beat him out because of what he can do and the guy that he is replacing in Gio. So that's where I wasn't surprised at all with the 3 running backs we kept. But yes, I'm not impressed with Samar J, to be honest right now. Josh, what's up? Patrick, Puka, and Trayvon are all on the practice squad. There you go. So we got more running backs. Love Samar J. Anthony, Samar J proved his worth as a good complement to Mitchell. Yeah, last year, yeah, he did. I mean, and that's where I think they didn't showcase him a lot. I think they wanted to see what the other guys could do. So that's where, like I said, by the preseason that he had, no, I was not impressed. Last year, yes, I was impressed. I think he'll. But the thing is, Mixon is going to be out there a lot, and I can see. And I don't know if Mixon's out there a lot. I know Chris Evans, Captain America, is the 3rd string quarterback, but I can see them using him a lot, and I hope they do because I know I've said this how many years with Gio, they didn't use him right. I'm hoping with Chris Evans they use him right because he can come out of the backfield, he can split out wide, he can do a lot of different stuff for the Bengals that I'm hoping they actually take advantage of this year. Eaton, I'd rather have Patrick than Samar J. Seems to be purely special teams value and the fact that we gave him a contract. And then look, the special teams thing you can't blink on. You that is a thing because, like I said, Darren Simmons has lost a lot of his good special team players. The Bengals haven't kept them, or 2 of them went to Miami. So that is a factor in a lot of these roster moves you have to look at because special teams are a big part of the team. You got to have guys that can play special teams. And if you got, I go back to Thad. Thad is a good route runner and a good catcher, but he's not good at blocking, and he's never played special teams. It's going to be a mark against him, especially being the 3rd tight end. If you're the 3rd, 4th player at that position, you should be able to play special. You better be able to play special teams because that's the way they're going to use you. If you can't do that, then they probably won't keep you. Jackpot. We have a stable of great running backs. We do. Tommy, I think the low number of reps for P. Ryan shows how the staff felt about him. Yeah. If he was in the battle for a spot, he probably would have played more. That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't think he was really ever worried about losing his spot. And like I said, and that's where everyone went nuts about Puka and all these other guys. And I'm like, Mixon 1, P. Ryan's 2, and I said, I really think Chris Evans is going to be 3. So I never got on the Puka Williams bandwagon. Maybe he's a guy later on down the road. It might be something, but we'll see. Anthony, what? Mixon has something to prove this year. Well, yeah. I mean, I think I agree with you on that because he's not getting the run of love from, I won't even say national media. I'll just say as far as being received as one of the top running backs in the game right now. And I think a lot of that has to do with last year he got injured and we had a crappy season, and he hasn't had a really breakout year since the last year Frank Pollock was our offensive line coach. So that's good. That's a good sign for that. So yes, I expect a big year for Mixon. I've said this, and it might be a little high, but I think he's going to have around 1,500 to 2,000 total yards is what I keep saying. I'm not saying just rushing, passing, rushing the ball. I think Mixon is going to be a complete back for the Bengals this year. And if he does, that's a huge step in the right direction for us. Need to see the full shirt you're wearing. I already showed it. Josh, see? Look. It's LFG. Go to LFG.com and you can buy it yourself. It is a very cool shirt. I need to get a taller chair, I guess, so I pop up. I see here. JP, Richard Hammer. JP could be a great addition for the Bengals. And I guess JP, I guess you're assuming saying Jacques Patrick is who I'm assuming you mean. Well, the good thing is we still have him. That's the beauty of guys going to practice squad. They can develop and get themselves better. And, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're developing players. We still have them in our system. That's a good thing. Anthony Davis. Ben Kirk should have been signed to the practice squad. I honestly do not know who that is. I wish I did. Dude, honestly, last couple of days, and if you guys listened to Locked On Bengals yesterday, Jake Lisco was doing the same thing I've been doing. There have been so many names bounce around in our heads. I've got a lot of stuff written down, but I can't write down everybody's name. So my apologies if you guys bring up names that I just can't think of right now. and plus, like I said, this is the week that my son is getting married. Prince Ice is getting married. So there's a lot of other stuff going on for me this week. So if I seem a little out of it sometimes this week, I apologize for that. But again, if I can't remember people's names and don't know who you're talking about sometimes, again, I apologize. I will try to get better. Let's see here. Who are starting linebackers? I think it's Logan Wilson and Pratt. That's who I think our starters are. I mean, it's either Pratt or it's Davis Gaither, but I think Pratt's gonna be our starter. Let's see here. Eaton. How about the Lions cutting Bullock to sign Seibert? Yeah. Oh, I mean, they cut both. It's not they only cut Randy Bullock. The Tigers, the Lions cut both their kickers. Ain't like either one of them. They cut them both. So, and that's what I said with Seibert. I wish we could have traded him, but everybody knew we were going to cut him. And you got to cut him to try to get him on, see him onto the practice squad. And that wasn't going to happen. So that was a trade I'm sure the Bengals were trying to make, and it just wasn't going to happen. So we'll see. Seibert, he'll be kicking against us here in week 3, I think it is. I have to look. But yeah, we will be seeing him again. Let's see. Tommy. Which 4 guys on our practice squad do you want to protect? You're asking tough questions there, Tommy. Which 4 guys on this list? I don't think this is the whole list, but this is what I found on the internet. I want to protect Thad. I'm a big Thad guy. Jacques Patrick would definitely be one I'd want to protect. Renell Wren. And Drew Crispin. I want to protect them. Those are probably my 4 off the top of my head. Don't kill me, but that's the 4 off the top of my head. What's your guys' 4? Let's see. Anthony. Pinel Sewell being terrible. His BB Hest is what? 2.0. Well, I don't know. I don't know his BB Hest. Bibby Hest? I don't know what that is, Anthony. But yeah, that's the thing is these guys who sat out a year, and that's where I get back to Chase and the drops. I think he's going to be all right. They took a whole year off football. I don't care how old, how young you are. You take a whole year off football. It takes a little while to get back into the groove of things. Now, am I saying Chase is going to go out there and catch everything game 1? Nope. He might drop the very first pass thrown to him. I have no idea. But I think he is so wanting to make a play so badly. That's what's kind of messing him up. But that's where everybody's got to give these guys a break who didn't play for a year. It just happens. What'd you say? No, I haven't been up partying. No, last night I got about 4 hours of sleep last night because I was about to go to bed, and my wife called, or not called. Yeah, she called, and her van is going crazy. So she nursed it back home, and then we had to go over to my parents' house and borrow their car. So I went to work with like 4 hours of sleep. So I have not been partying. I wish it was partying, Josh. That would be cool. Crown, off subject. Reds better start winning. Yes, the Reds have lost their fourth in a row. They're a half game back of the Padres now. They haven't scored double digits since August 16th. This is an awful time for the offense to go south. This is the worst time for it to go south. So I'm still with them. I hope they make the playoffs. I think they got a shot still. But they got us. They can't lose 4 in a row. They lost 4 in a row. That's not good. Losing 4 in a row is not the way. They haven't lost 4 in a row in I don't know how long, And they lost to the Marlins. And then you lose to the freaking Tweety Birds, who are right behind us. And if we get swept, they might jump ahead of us. So this game tonight is a huge game for the Reds to win. Josh, all right, you're 4. Henderson, Spence, Crispin, and Trayvon Williams. Carl, what's up, buddy? Yeah, long time no see. How you doing? Welcome back. Where you been? Crip, are you going to the Bearcats game on Saturday? I would absolutely love to, but like I just said, my son is getting married this weekend, so no. It would be killing me. Luckily, he's not getting married on Saturday. He's getting married on Sunday. Well, we got family coming in and all kinds of stuff, so I will be watching it either on my TV or on my phone or something. I would definitely be keeping up with it for sure because I want to keep that victory bell. But we've won it 14 years in a row. We should keep it again. Anthony, Bobby Hart. Oh, no. What did you say before that? Let's see here. Josh says, I think he meant Bobby Hart 2.0. Or typo, yeah. What was the comment at first? Now I got to go back. Here it is. Is that it? Oh, yeah. You're saying, okay, I got you. You're saying Sewell is Bobby Hart 2.0. No, I don't think he's going to be that bad. I think Sewell's going to be fine. I really do. I just think these guys, I say you take a year off. I keep saying you take a year off football. You take a year off anything and don't do it. It's going to be hard. All right, Eaton, you're 4. Warren, Patrick, Spain, and Trent for protection for me. There you go. Ken, how do you feel about our run defense? I love it, to be honest. And I don't think I got to talk about this too much. I'm glad you brought this up. I love the trade that the Bengals made to get Hill. I think because they didn't have a backup 3-tech to back up Larry Ogunjobi. They do now. And he's pretty, he's not, I'm not going to say he's an all pro, but he's a good backup. We didn't have one. Mike Daniels tried to do 3-tech last year, and he wasn't very good at it. They did not have one. They legitimately have one now. So our run defense with Larry Ogunjobi, Hill, DJ Reader, Big Daddy Bayou, Dragon, Tyler Shelvin. I think our run defense is going to be pretty damn good this year. My feelings. Roy, I protect Batchy with a few linebackers. There you go. We'll find out. Like I said, I don't even think, to be honest, I don't think they're done messing with the 53-man roster. So we'll see. Eaton. Oh, man, a Rays fan? I just like my wife. Oh, my God. As an avid Rays fan, I hope the Reds make the playoffs. Definitely one of my favorite teams to watch. Yeah, I watch the Rays a lot because, my wife likes watching them, so I watch them with her. But the Rays have won 10 in a row or something. And they're ridiculous how they do it, and it drives me nuts that the people in Tampa St. Pete don't go to the games. Yes, the stadium's not that good, but like people in Tampa act like it's so far to drive to St. Pete. People in St. Pete act like it's so far to drive to Tampa. I'm like, oh my goodness, you guys got to get together. Anyway, Josh, sorry. As much as I like Patrick, I like Trayvon Williams for long-term potential more. Yeah, I mean, Trayvon Williams, his problem is he couldn't stay healthy. If he could have stayed healthy, it could have been a different outcome. That's been his problem. My 4 picks: Patrick, Machi, Christian, and Taylor. There you go, Tommy. Josh, I really feel good about the run defense. Time will tell. Yeah, I really do think our run defense is good. And the thing is with this trade they made, if God forbid somebody gets injured, like, we got injured like crazy last year. Gino got hurt. DJ got hurt. We're pulling guys off the street. We have depth now to hopefully compensate for that better than we did last year. So I really do like our run defense. I think you still got Sam Hubbard, who's a good run stopper too, off the edge. You got the corners, Hill. I mean, I think we got a very good chance to stop her. And to me, I've said this a million times on the show. To win in the AFC North, to beat the Clowns, to beat the Ratbirds, you got to stop the run. Now, with J.K. Dobbins out for the Ratbirds, that kind of hurts their running game a little bit, but they still got 2 other guys that can run the ball pretty damn good. So, but the key to me to stopping these AFC North teams is stop the run. Stop the run, make their quarterbacks beat you. That's what, and it looks like Pittsburgh, the Squealers, looks like they're going to try to run the ball down everybody's throat too. So it's going to be an interesting thing. To win, you got to stop the run, and I think we got a very good chance of doing that this year. Eaton, 9 in a row. Only lost 4 in the month of August. You talk about the Reds? I assume that's what you're talking about. Jake, hey man. Who's your early predictions? Wide receiver? Who's your early wide receiver predictions? Or World Series predictions? Sorry, you're talking baseball. Okay. World Series predictions. Oh, geez. Well, so I hate to say it, in the National League, I think it's going to come out of the West. I really do. I think it's either the Dodgers or the Giants. American League, I'm going to pull for the Rays. I mean, heart of hearts, and this is me. That's me being serious. I hope it's the Reds. I hope the Reds get in there, and I think the Reds have a team that could win it. I would rather get out of that one game wild card. I'd rather get out of that one game wild card series. It's one game, win or go home. That's it. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to get really interesting here because we got 2.5 weeks left of the season, something like that. So things are going to turn up. The Reds have got to get this offense going. The offense has hit all year. Like somebody said in the chat, they haven't hit like this since May. That's when I think we were like 6 games out or something like that. It's the worst time for the offense to go south. It's just terrible. Marvin, what's up? I like almost everything we did. Still needs a quarterback. I hope no play Trey. Plays no play Trey. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, I'm just worried about the wide receivers right now. I'm worried about that position because you took 2 depth pieces away from it. That's what I'm worried about. Anthony says, I'm worried about the O-line still because they ain't proven for Joe's mentality. They'll be better. Yeah, I mean, that's the only way to do it is get out there and play. And I don't think they're going to play for the first couple weeks, but I think, like I said, I think Deontay Smith and Jackson Carman could be our guards by the end of the year. We'll see. Jake, do you hate the Tweety Birds or the Squealers more? Squealers. Squealers. That's easy. Anthony, did Mike Daniels get cut? Yes, he did. Yep, he got cut. And I like Mike Daniels too. He's a good dude. Rabbit is talking to Anthony. Anthony, I too am worried about the O-line. Reeve Hopkins and Jonah are our only real guys. Well, Spain, I mean, our guards it's not like our guards are bad. Spain and and Xavier Surfilia, and I've said this last year, and I'll say it again. When those two were our starting guards toward the end of the year, our run game got better. Our offensive line got better. It did once because our guards were awful last year. So these two, I think, are like Anthony Cosenza said, are stopgaps. I think until Jackson Garman and Deontay Smith are ready to take their jobs. Sorry, that's cold, but I think that's what it's going to be. But I think they're going to be fine. And look at how the offensive line played in the preseason. And again, you have to take preseason with a grain of salt. But that's what we have to go by right now. And they went against two really good defense lines. Chase Young didn't get to the quarterback. That's a pretty good job right there. So let's see here. Richard. Reds need a better bullpen. Right now, it ain't the bullpen. It's the offense. But yeah, I think the bullpen, if they had this bullpen they have right now at the beginning of the year, we would have won a lot more games. I think. Jake says, I personally hate the Tweety Birds more than the Clowns. See, I used to really not like the Clowns back in the 80s and early 90s, but once they moved, I still don't root for them. You know, I still want to beat them, but it's not as the anger, and I hate saying hatred. I don't like saying that word, but the rivalry isn't there like it used to be. It's more with the Steelers. Oh, see, I cussed my own show. The Squealers. Than I think it is with the Clowns. Now, hey, the thing is, Clowns haven't been any good, you know, and since they've been back. I mean, last year, like seriously, last year was the first year they were good since they came back, and that was 1999. So it's kind of hard to really dislike a team when you kick their ass all the time. And up until the last couple of years, we've kicked the Clowns' ass a lot. So, Rabbit. Spain, too. I like Spain a lot. Yeah, I've always liked Spain. I think Spain is a really good guard. And for him to come in the first week and play like he did last year, I think says a lot about him. Anthony, they haven't played as a unit. They need to get reps and communicate. So joke. They have. The starting, see here, I think since preseason game 2. So they have played as a unit that game, and they played, I want to say, most of the first quarter, I think. But I mean, really, if you look at the end of the season last year, well, not the end of the season, but yeah, they have played, but not, yes. But no team I'll put it this way, I'll get my own self confused. No team has really played a ton together, you know? The starters haven't played a lot. So, and ours aren't because we're putting together the offensive line. So, yeah, they need to get more reps, which, trust me, that's going to happen here in about a week and a half. Marvin. We only allowed 1 sack during the whole preseason. We can't really bash the offensive line right now. Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. Let's not forget we have Frank Pollock, too. Yeah, I'm. Anthony says, I don't count the preseason. That's the only thing we have to judge it on right now, dude. And I'll go by practice because I went down there to watch them. I mean, that's the only thing you can judge them on right now. I mean, so, I mean, that's how you make decisions on if the guy's going to play or make the team or not, is you hit on preseason and practice. So I understand what you're saying. You sound like you're not liking the offensive line. You know, I'm thinking the offensive line is a lot better than it was last year. You know, I don't know. We'll see. Jake, hate is a strong word for the Steelers, or excuse me, the Squealers and the Tweety Birds. Anthony, or excuse me, Marvin. Anthony Long, you can't count what you haven't saw either. All you have to look at is the preseason. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. All we've had to look at is preseason. So you have to count that. That's what we have to go by is the preseason and the practices that I went down and saw. So Anthony Davis, tackles, Price and Teague and Cole Van Leenen are good options. You just keep throwing every name out there, Anthony, that's available. Like, okay, I want them to go get more veterans. I don't think they're going to. I think they like where they're at. And Frank Pollock, I trust. If Frank likes it, I like it. Anthony, I got 2 Anthony's. Anthony Long, Anthony Davis. Anthony Long, when I see it for 4 quarters, then I'll be okay. All right. Well, find out September 12th. Chris Hopkins, very happy Carmen has improved each week and hopefully continues to improve. And that's the thing, you got to give credit to Jackson because, I mean, he was buried on the depth chart. Michael Jordan was he was a starting guard, our first preseason game. And Jackson has done nothing but work. He's worked his way up and pretty much worked Michael Jordan out of a job. So I give Jackson Carman and Deontay Smith both a lot of credit. I think they both stayed after practice a lot and worked really hard with Frank Pollock. And I tell you, I've been down there. It has been hot as crap this summer. So they've been working their butts off trying to get better. Steve, what's up? Who else is taking center reps in case Trey can't go versus the Vikings? Trey Hill. Who else? Good question. I don't know. I wasn't down there today, so I do not know. But I mean, if they were worried about Hopkins not making it, they wouldn't have traded Billy Price. So I don't think there's a doubt in their mind that Trey Hopkins is going to play the first game and be fine. So anyway, I think I want to get on out of here. That brings me to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. Gotta set this up again. I love this song. Sorry about that. So let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. They are Who Dey Nation, Bengals Nation, Bengals Who Dey Nation, Cincinnati Bengals the Jungle, Cincinnati Reds riding third, heading for home, Bearcat Country, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, which my Facebook page has hit 1,415 follows. I love it. That is awesome. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter. I'm getting close to 1,000 on Twitter. That's awesome. You follow me on Twitter at Jeff A. Trunapole. TikTok, I'm only got 301 people following me there. That's at Iceman 90. I'll be pulling off the saddle later on tonight and putting it up on the podcast. You can find it on BeanPod, Apple Podcast, iTunes, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you rate, like, and review. Tomorrow on the show, I got Bobby Nightingale. We'll be talking some Reds for sure. So hopefully we'll be talking about a Reds win. They need to go on like a 10-game winning streak. If they can do that at the end of the season, that would be awesome. I think they've had at least one 10-game winning streak, like a 9-game winning streak. So they are capable of doing it. Let's hope that happens. YouTubers, my originals, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm at 1,347 subscribers. That is awesome. And as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I started on YouTube, and it wasn't for the first person that's subscribed, none of this would happen. Shout out to LFG for the shirt. You guys want some cool merch, Cincinnati merch, go to LFG Cincy and check out their stuff there. They're on Twitter. I know they got a website. Check it out there. Twitter. I don't know if they're on Facebook or not. I know they're on Twitter. I'm going to check them out there. They got some really cool T-shirts. And tell them Strawberry sent you. And other than that, as my boy, Jeremy, if he'd ever come on the show, dime bag these nuts, likes to say, remember one thing and one thing only, and that is you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati, so act like it. Reds got to get this win, and that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Let's go. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black, and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle dripping heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who day, time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our color, jungle dripping, nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the pounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in in the jungle, we unite in drippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move crossing on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange upon 'em. Bingo bottom, never stop it. Till the beast of feastin' on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on